Hello folks there, and welcome along to RTG TV, where we are here in Australia. We were just brain fart there. Yep, so this is Monday here, or GP1 as it's known. But we'll see, we've got a couple of people there actually out on intermediates again, doing a little challenge there that they like to do. But yeah, welcome along to Australia, where we are here for round 5, season 15, and the circuit length here at Australia at the Albert Park is 3.279 miles, or if that's in kilometres, that's 5.278 kilometres. And the corners here is 16 corners. There's going to be, if I doing this right, it should be 29 laps of racing. I did kind of miss that just as we were loading in, unfortunately. But right now we've got Josh McGill, who's on a lap, and he's just coming up to turn 9 and 10 in just a few moments. We've got this really sort of winding straight section which leads into this fast left to right chicane sort of 9 and 10, and then you've got the redesigned curb on the inside of the turn 11. Used to be a bit more curved, but now it's kind of more right angled, I would say. Now coming up to the penultimate corner, he's going to make sure he's not carrying too much speeding. So you want to get the car turned over to the left hand side to prepare you for the end of your lap and get as much speed coming out of that final corner as possible. And a 117.196. Quite a good time there from Josh McGill in the Alpine. There's Tiny actually out on the intermediates. Ginger's also having a wee look. I think a little Flynn there is just coming around. Pippo Kennedy's actually retired from the session, so we'll try and jump onto, I think that's Alino there. Yeah, it looks like he's just went a bit too quick, or missed his line going into turn 9 and 10, and that's upset the car on the exit and just slammed him into the wall. Sometimes that could happen. We've definitely seen it in the past numerous times. But looking at it now, we're seeing that the times really start to come in there. Alino getting a 118.124, which set him in 5th there. But then Bugatti Slovid came in, and then there's Linneman taking that 5th position also. Well, we look further down, we've got Chuck out, he's just coming around to finish his lap. We've got Ginge, where is he? He's just coming up to turn 3 now. Chuck's just starting a lap, and then we've got Chuck out just finishing his lap in that papaya orange McLaren Air DRS wide open there, and he'll be getting a little bit of a slipstream there from the Alpine, and that'll be the Alpine of Danny there. So he managed to get a bit of a slipstream there, and that managed to put him into P2, 117.505, so nice lap from him there. So going to the standings where I could find them. So looking at the constructor standings at the moment, Alpine are actually in the lead with 68 points, and well, 58 of them are from Josh McGill. Red Bull are sitting in 2nd with 54. Right behind them, knocking at their heels, is Williams on 53 and 51 for Ferrari. Alfa Romeo are in 5th with 42 points. Mercedes on 36, 33 for Haas, 9 for Alfa Tauri. Aston Martin are sitting in 9th with 5 points, and McLaren are at the back with 4 points. So we've got nearly everybody has set a lap. We've just got Nice Job, who's just came around, turned 6 and 7, and just come around turn 8 now. So he's the only one still to set a lap. Looking at the standings here right now, Josh McGill sitting in 1st with 58 points, and right away back is Tiny in 2nd with 32 points. Tying him is Racer TM unknown. Who that is, really, unfortunately. Oh, and tying for, as well as Paul Jones. So the three of them are all tying for second place at the moment. Then you've got Little Flynn there, who's in that scarlet red Ferrari on 27 points. Tying him for 27 points also is Alino. Then you've got 24 points for Prodigy in 7th place. Chuck in that Red Bull with 22 points, 21 points for Pipple Kennedy. And then that is the top 10 standings anyway. And of course, we'll go back to the video, the YouTube here, to see all your lovely comments that no one has put in, unfortunately. But yeah, anybody watched the race yesterday? Here in the UK, it was like, what, 4 in the morning, I think it was, so. But yeah, I will say, absolutely lovely race yesterday. I would say one of the best it's been in about a year and a half at least, maybe. So, yeah, I would say that was really good. Oh, Tiny, misjudging his braking there, actually goes straight across. Well, outbrakes himself going into turn 1 and just goes straight across turn 2 there. So he's going to have to be starting a new lap. I'm actually surprised he didn't invalidate, actually. But here we go, he's unfortunately going to have to go again. He's sitting with it in 15th with a 121.187. So there's only going to be one driver that's going to be knocked out here tonight, and we're unsure who's going to be. Pipple Kennedy is going to be one of them. Unsure what that is too. Oh, John, you saying that you're in Skegness right now? But yeah, welcome along, John. Glad to see you back again. Let's have a look. We've got this Sticky Panda as he finishing his lap. Not he's bailing it into the pit, sorry. Almost bottled it out there, coming out the final corner. We've got Alino and Lee, whereas Lee's just coming down into turn 11 right now. You know, going board and you see that curb sticking right out there from the inside at the apex. Does make a corner a little bit, I would say, slower, a bit tighter really. But yeah, this I would say is definitely an upgrade, this track, from the previous ones that have been league. They're going 5th of 117.802, but right now it's all going to be down to these drivers at the back. Noticeably, probably nice job downwards. Say people in the 118s, it could be quite close. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying yourself, and yeah, hopefully it's a lot of fun for you guys, taking in the sights and such. I'm unsure. It's Skegness is in Scotland, isn't it? Please tell me I'm not making a fool of myself here. I probably am, but yeah. Ginge, the one who's sitting in the drop zone right now, is coming around turns 6 and 7 there. Now, we've seen a little bit of a controversial moment there at the Grand Prix yesterday. Seeing, well, actually it feels like Saturday that was on due to the timing, but yeah, yesterday anyway, it was a bit of a controversial moment between Alonso and Russell. Alonso apparently slowing up a bit more than was required, but I'm unsure what to think of it, to be honest. I can kind of see both sides a little, but knowing Alonso, he's a wily old fox. Oh right, thank God. It just sounds kind of like it. But yeah, Ginge going ninth with a 118.078. Nicely done from him. That slots him into ninth place, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be safe now and not be out in the drop zone. Times up for attempt number 2. Oh, a flying lap anyway. His first one was on the intermediate tyres. And now, oh, and Royal Rumble is actually out, so if Tiny could actually just get a 120.5 even, he could, or a low 120.6, he could actually sneak through undetected. And Bugatti Sloven is actually out right now, but I'm not sure if the drivers out there do know that it's pretty much, you don't need to go out again, but of course, you could also just slip on an old scrub set and just go out and do a few laps just to make sure you get some practice in. It's always worth it in the end. You do want to be prepared as much as possible. So we know they're managing to get a 1:17.329 there. And manages to slot it into third place. A lot of fun, managing to go second with a 1:17.249. These times are really starting to ramp up here, but none have managed to get as close to Josh McGill. We'll see Ginger's on a lap. We've got Looney Man also on a lap. He's just came around turn 11. We'll see how he's going to be able to do. He's just coming to the penultimate corner now. He's going to make sure to keep it to the left hand side here in order to prepare for the final run to the line. Let's see what time he's going to be able to do. He puts it in 1:17.842. Still sticks right close to his teammate there in P9 and 10. Right, so we've got Ginger just coming around turn 12 now. Into 13, keeping it to the left hand side, or getting it flicked over to the left hand side as much as possible. It could lose you quite a bit of time there if you can't get that right. But regardless, he manages to go 8th with 1:17.620. Now, one I want to check is Josh McGill in a few moments. Sorry about this, folks. We've got Lee here just coming around the final corner. Now, see what time he's going to be able to put on the board. Oh, Sticky Panda's off. And did I just see some? Whereabouts was that? That was at turn 12 there. Oh, and he's got to make sure he's out of the way. Yep, he is good. Of course, it's not going to really matter as much, but as long as the in regards of time, but if he does any damage to the other drivers, then that could seriously affect his thingy into the next race, his position possibly. So we've got Jay-Z, the final driver on the track. Nice job, just went and retired from the session. That was in the pit lane, I do believe. But now Jay-Z to the line, 1:32.396. So he just sits where he is. He was just cruising there. So now we're just waiting for the Red Bull of Tiny, and there we go. We're in the end. Oh, and that's short qualifying, my mistake. So there we go, that's the finishing order, my mistake. I keep forgetting it's short qualifying on the Monday, but Josh McGill managing to get that pole position at 1:17.196. We've got a lot of fun in second place, and then it was Olino and then Tiny. They two will be lined up alongside each other on row 2. On row 3 will be Paul Jones and Chuckle, starting 5th and 6th, and 7th and 8th is Bugatti Sloven and Lee. On row 5 will be Ginger and Chuck in 9th and 10th, Looney Man in 11th, then it was Sticky Panda in 12th. Nice job, mate, in 13th, Jay-Z in 14th, 15th will be Danny, 16th, Royal Rumble, and on the, row 8 will be Pippo Kennedy on his own, who didn't set a time, he just retired straight away. So, here we go, we're going to be getting underway to get racing for these 29 laps around this 3.27 mile track, or 5.8 kilometres, yeah, my mistake, kind of had a brain fart there. But we've seen some spectacles happen here in the past, of course. Remembering back a good while back now, about 20 years ago now, I think it was Barrichello ended up going into the back of Ralf Schumacher at the very start of the race and actually got launched up in the air. Also looking back at Alonso, I can't remember who it was with, I think it may have been Kovalainen, maybe. He ended up going into turn 3 and getting launched up in the air, and yeah, that was getting spun and barrel rolled right into the barriers, and well, managed to survive that fortunately enough. In 2009, Jenson Button led home the Braun team with Rubens Barrichello in second place, a 1-2 finish. and for the former team, which a few months before was actually been right on the point of closure. So, and it actually got bought for £1. So, yeah, great investment there. I'd say that's one of the best investments anyone has ever made, and it only stayed for 1 year. Basically, stamped their authority and was like, "We're the best. Bye." So what that team ended up going on to become what is known now as Mercedes. So they did it not too bad in that regards, considering what they evolved it into. We're just waiting now. We'll have a wee quick look. So majority of the field going on the medium tyres. Danny is the only one on the hards. We've got Jay-Z, Sticky Panda, Chuckle, all on the soft tyres. We should be away to get ready to get underway in the next few seconds. Let me get a quick drink. There we go. We're going to be having, I think it's 29 laps of racing here around this fabulous Albert Park race track. Here we are getting ready to get underway. 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're away. That was a bit of a long hold, and now we're away. Josh McGill manages to get a great start there. And it looked like Alino managed to, when they're going to have a wee peek around the outside there. But then we've got that Red Bull of Tiny coming and fighting with the ass of Alino there. And Paul Jones actually moving up a place on Tiny. Looking like and then Chuckle and Bugatti battling it out there for that 6th position. Oh, we look further back, and there we go. We've got that Red Bull of Tiny there actually dropping places and giving a wee bit of a loft tap to the back of that McLaren. And then, there's been contact between Ginge and Looney Man, and who else was that? Chuck. Chuck was involved in that there. Chuck, Lee and Sticky Panda, I think. I'm unsure, there was a couple of them there. I think that was the Red Bull also that I seen there. It wasn't Tiny, it was Chuck, Lee, and I'm unsure who else. But looking right now, we're going to be keeping back in touch with the front of the pack right now. It's going to be a VSC for now. Could we possibly see anyone pitting? Maybe a soft runner possibly, but we could see how that's going to fare. We've got Danny, who's up 4 positions. Sticky Panda down 3, Lee down 8, and Chuck down 7. They both started right next to each other in 10th and 11th, and then they're battling, and unfortunately both of them came out worse off. Josh McGill looking like he's managing to get a little bit of a gap there. Could he manage to capitalise on this VSC restart? Could see, Chuck's going to come in, Lee's going to come in. They've both got front wing damage, so they'll have to box and get some fresh front wings, and in that they'll be getting new tyres also, so we'll be able to see what they will be going on. And now that's the VSC ending, and it looks like Chuckle's going to have a good run at Tiny going into turn 3. They're going to be side by side. Tiny tries to go across, and Chuckle just gets a little bit too much on the power and ends up actually just, I think, a little love tap there also ended up putting him off. We've got that Alpha Tauri of Sticky Panda, Alfa Romeo and the Haas of Royal Rumble battling out there. Royal Rumble being the loser in that sort of regards. We've got a nice job mate right on the tail of Looney Man here, battling out for that 8th position on the run up to turn 9 and 10 here. And it looks like, is he going to be able to get it done? Yes, he does. He gets it done well before the chicane here. We look further back, is there anyone else who is quite close? It looks like nice job. It's actually managing to make quite a bit gap here. Good Ginge having a wee peek down the inside of Bugatti there going into turn 11. Lee getting a 3-second time penalty there. That's a bit unfortunate there, especially early in this race. And not him being already down in 16th place. Of course, Royal Rumble managing to get himself a penalty also. It's a bit unfortunate there, having a wee look at Pippo Kennedy. He's moved up all the way from the back of the grid up to 11th place, managing to keep his nose clean and keep his head down. Managing to do quite nicely. They're moving back up to Ginge. Good to see him eyeing up a move going into turn 3. He's not going to have the DRS just yet. Oh, did I see something in the back there? Did I see a little bit of contact? A little bit of someone losing some damage or that? No, doesn't appear to be. That was a bit fortunate there for these folks. We'll have a wee look further up. We've got Ginge here and Bugatti Sloven. Could we possibly see him eyeing up a move here? Of course, Bugatti Sloven won't have the DRS, so it's most likely that Ginge is going to be able to get him, and he's already right up his tail as he's getting into the DRS zone, and he manages to make that move easy peasy. And now he's up into 5th place, and now he's going to have to try and gain over a second and a half in order to get up to Tiny, in order to get that DRS. But Tiny is managing to sit with this front little pack. Josh McGill actually managing to pull out a gap of 1.7 seconds. We've seen that going up quite a lot. And getting this lovely shot there from the helicopter. We've seen the cars there heading down the start-finish straight. Josh McGill getting the fastest lap of the race. It's actually quite sensational. Of course, with having that clean air, that could easily manage to help him. Of course, he won't have any distractions ahead of him. He's just got a clean track. Doesn't have to focus on who's next to him or that. Nice job, mate, moving up on Bugatti Sloven there. But I think Bugatti Sloven actually came on the attack to him, and he's just got the place back. Fortunately enough for him, so we'll keep an eye on him as he's going to be coming out at turn 6 and turn 7 and 8. Bit of a wobble there as he was on the exit of turns 6 and 7, but it looks like he's managed to use that DRS effectively and move back up into 6th position, or move up into 6th position I should say. Nicely done for him. And he's going to have that DRS again to be able to pull away. I do not like that in that sense, with the double DRS zones that they do tend to get here. It does make it a little bit easier. Chuckle's out of this race at that's turn 10. He's off at turn 10, and that's a safety car. It's a safety car. So we'll have a wee quick look at the tyres right now. Who's going to go into the pits? It's going to be Alwino all the way down now, because everyone's just going to follow suit. Even Danny on the hard compound tyres. Jay-Z stays out on them hard compound tyres, and he's going to move right up the field. He's trying to book it as quick as he can in order to make up as many places as he possibly could. And now he's up into 5th place there. So we've seen quite a few drivers pit. Is Chuck and Lee going to take advantage of this? Of course, there's not going to be many places that they're going to lose. Not Lee to see. Yep, he stays out also. So Royal Rumble could pit technically, but then, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a wait to catch up. Yep, and he does pit, so you'll be getting off them soft tyres. He'd most likely be going on to them hard compounds and seeing if they could do them until the end. Of course, it will be quite a long shot, going about 25 laps on a set of hards. Could it be done? I'm unsure, but we'll have to wait and see how things will go. At this rate, this season, I think Josh McGill should only get half points at this rate, judging by how dominant he's been these past few races. Of course, now that this safety car has came out, it's kind of reset the order a little and allowed a little fun there to catch up to that Alpine out in front. So we're on to lap 6 now. I think we may have another lap depending on how quick Royal Rumble catches up. Is he going to be... We'll get the telemetry up. Of course, we still had that up at the start. But he's easing off, so he's not wanting to take too much life out of the tyres, which I would say is a good call. You don't want to be wearing them down, just get them up to temperature nice and easy. You rush it, then it's going to end up buggering the tyres up later on in the stint. But now he's taking it easy. We may have another lap, I'm unsure now. Yep, so he's into sector 3. Yep, so safety car is in this lap now. There we go, we've got Josh McGill back in the park up. See the driver's having to wait behind him because he's going to be leading us off for the restart on lap 7. When you look down at the right hand side of the screen, you'll see that yellow dot. That's the safety car returning into the pit lane now, and he could get going underway right about now if he wants to, which he has. There we go. Oh, and he lost it a little bit out of that final corner. It looked like he got a little bit out of shape, putting the throttle down too much, and that could leave him vulnerable going into turn number 3. It looked like little Flint didn't manage to get a good enough restart there, so that's kind of left him a little bit out of sorts. And he's not managed to capitalise on that. Although we look further back, seeing anybody in the distance. Doesn't look like it. No one's close enough to go for a move. Nice job, mate. Still actually sitting right close to the back of Tiny, and Alwino is just right there in sight. Oh, and nice job, mate. Almost done a copy of Russell there on the final lap at Australia just yesterday. So yeah, that would have been a little bit of a reminiscence from yesterday. Tiny, is he going to plan on going for a move here on Alwino? It doesn't look like he is. He's not getting that pace that he needed to catch up. Of course, we've got Alwino and GZ right there. Alwino is right on the back of GZ in that Haas, looking further back. We've got Bugatti and Looneyman battling out there for that 10th position. It looks like Looneyman just managed to get past him there going into turn 11, and it looks like it is Bugatti going to be at risk of Danny behind. Oh, maybe not. Maybe Danny's going to be at risk of Sticky Panda, because Sticky Panda is sticking right on the back of that Alpine, and he is going to try and go for a move real soon to get as much curb as he can going into turn 1. Nicely done there from him. Oh, looking further up. Alwino, is he going to go for a move? No, he isn't. Going further back down. Danny is right close to the back of that. Williams is in 11th place. But guys, is he going to lose another place here? Less than a lap later. It's going to be a bit of a tough one. We're going to be able to find out in just a few moments, because Sticky Panda there. Oh, looked like he was having to be peeked down the inside there at turn number 6, sorry. Keep getting them two muddled up there. Looking further up there, Alwino managed to get past GZ. GZ dropping down into 6th place with that Alpha Tauri, and dropping down even further. Bugatti Sloven now losing the place to Danny there, who managed to sneak it up the inside at turn 9. And now he's managed to get that move complete. And there's not going to be any DRS that's going to be able to help him. Nice job, mate, going up the inside of Ginge there, I think that was. GZ, sorry. Going up the inside, and it looked like he hit Tiny in the side at turn 11, and he ends up actually spinning Tiny out, so that's going to be getting spoke about after the race. That'll be noted by race control there. That was a bit naughty there. Danny, though, how do we look on the Looneyman? He's getting right close to the back of him there. A little fun there, still managing to keep the Alpine of Josh McGill in his sights, so he's going to be able to get the DRS going out of turn number 8. Oh, having a wee look, Looneyman and who's that? It's Ginge going side by side into turn 3. Ginge kind of gives him a little bit of runs him out the road that little bit there, and he manages to get that position up. Moving a little bit further up here, let's see. Paul Jones still sitting quite close and quite content up in 3rd place there. these guys on the medium tyres are actually still managing to keep quite a good gap there. These drivers are not pit and are on them 8-lap old mediums. They're actually doing it quite nicely and managing to actually pull away. So the medium tyres are still really good right now, and they're actually managing to do them quite nicely. Going further down, it looks like Jay-Z and the Looney Man are battling out. And you look at the background there, that looked like it was Sticky Panda and Danny. Sticky Panda going up the inside at turn 11 there. Is he going to be up the side at turn number 12? Yep, he is, but there's contact. Danny goes across the side into the side of Sticky Panda there, and Lee actually gets caught up in that as well and actually goes off the track. And now Sticky Panda and Danny are both having to go into the pits because I'm pretty sure they've both got wing damage. Yep, he's got wing damage, so they're both having to make a pit stop. Of course, very unplanned pit stop, and yeah, so that's a bit unfortunate for them. Paul Jones within about, well, just over 3 tenths behind Little Flynn there, sitting in P2, just ahead of him. Could do see him going for a move. Of course, he's going to have that DRS from Josh McGill still in that Alpine, sitting in first place. But that's going to manage to help him to defend. Josh McGill, let's have a wee quick look. He's managing to actually keep the pace quite nicely. He's not using much of his battery, so it's managing to help him out quite a bit. He's not going to be able to have that sort of advantage from the DRS. He's having to use his battery quite wisely, as these guys in the back are able to use it a bit more freely with having that DRS. But of course, you don't want to use it, as it's really hard to recharge, and especially considering we're only at a third distance, or just over a third distance now. When we look at Olino, he's looking right at the back of that Mercedes in front of Pippo Kennedy. Pippo Kennedy actually managing to come up from, where was it, from the back of the grid. But is he finally going to meet his match with Olino? No, not yet, it seems. But Olino managing to stick quite closely. Nice job, mate. Is just losing ground there on these 5 drivers out in front. When we look further down, we've got Lee and Tiny sitting quite close together compared to the rest of the field, majority anyway, sitting only just over 3 tenths, well, just under 4 tenths there between them. Could we see Lee actually go for a move on that Red Bull of Tiny? Is that Aston Martin going to blitz it, or is that Red Bull going to use its wings? We'll find out in just a moment, as he is creeping up the back of him. He's not going to go for a move just yet. He's going to wait until they're on the run down into turn 11, I would suspect. Is he going to use a bit of that battery? No, he isn't. They're both running quite low. But although that Aston Martin has got the DRS advantage, is he going to get close enough? No, he doesn't. He's going to have to sit pretty behind there and wait for his moment to shine. Of course, they're battling for this 11th place, and 11th place still gives us points here. So, therefore, it's still worth it to keep going and keep battling, even if you're in last place. Looking at Olino, so could he possibly be going for a move? He's trying to use a bit of that battery to try and keep close. I looked like he was possibly going to go for a move there going into turn 3 by using a little bit of that battery, but then he decides better against it going further down. We've got Lee still having to sit closely behind. I would recommend the best thing for them to do is just try and save as much of that battery as they can for later on. So looking at the positions gained, we've got a nice job, mate, up 7 places, but Pippo Kennedy up 13 places from 17. So nicely done from him. Unfortunately, Chuckle having to sit this one out now. Oh no, looks like Paul Jones was having a wee peek there down the inside, but of course you can't really overtake there. But now Josh McGill has actually managed to get Pippo Kennedy into the pits, and Josh McGill's actually managed to pull away. So now this is going to be Paul Jones's opportunity. Now he's managed to kick him He'll be able to catch him without having that DRS propaganda, and is dropping all the way down. He's going to be sitting in P13, sorry. Moving further up, Tiny right on the back of that Alpha Tauri there. The other sort of Red Bull, the sister Red Bull team, I would say. And could we see him going for a move on the exit of turn number 8? As we know, 8 is just this little wing, but he's going for it at the exit of turn number 7 and around 8 there, and he's going to have it done before the DRS zone, and he's managing to get a great launch there. Lee going up the other side of Jay-Z, up the outside of the next corner. And is he going to manage to get it done? Yes, he does. Nicely done there from the Aston Martin and the Alpha Tauri there. Unfortunately, Jay-Z being the one who was left out of there, and he's not even going to get the DRS until the final, till the start-finish straight, sorry. Of course, that's one thing I do disagree with, of course. At turn 7 is when you get the DRS detection point, as you can see on the mini-map down in the bottom right of your screen. And that follows you all the way down to turn 11, and then Lee getting another 3-second time penalty. Oh, that's going to hurt him. But then you've also got out of turn number, and Royal Rumble also, but you've also got coming out of turn 12. That's when the other DRS detection point is, and then that does you all the way down to turn 3. So there's 2 DRS points, 2 DRS detection points, and there's 4 DRS zones. So it's a bit unfair in that sense, as you get the move done going around turn 8. There you go, you've got the DRS all the way down into turn 12. But looking back up, Ferrari's little Flint has actually managed to catch it back up to that Alpine of Josh McGill here on lap 14. Is he going to go for it? No, he doesn't. Josh McGill moves across and ends up squeezing him off. Well, not squeezing him off, but managing to block that route for him to be able to get the car down, possibly on the late braking. So nicely done there from Josh McGill. Fair but hard racing there, nicely done. We've got DRS open. Will he be able to go for it? We've got these 5 cars here just battling out in front. When we look further up, no one seems to be going for it. Could we see a little Flynn there in the Ferrari go for the move, going into turn 3? Don't think he is. He's just still sitting nicely behind, just waiting for that opportunity, waiting nice and patient like. Of course, he knows how effective that DRS is, and we all know how effective the DRS is around here. And you've got 4 of them, 4 DRS zones, so it does last quite a while. Royal Rumble getting a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Of course, it seems like he is done, unfortunately. That's a bit sad to see him go, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So we're in halfway through the race now, and we're going to have 15 finishes, but looking right now is Paul Jones going to have a wee peek up the inside. Yes, he is. Going into turn 11, he's got the outside line, and he's going to have the inside line again for turn number 12, but is he going to manage to keep it? Yes, he manages to get that grip on the inside. He's going to have the outside for turn number 13. Is he going to be sneaky? Oh, there's a little bit of left tap there, and Paul Jones ends up having to go into the pits. Oh, and all that battling there has allowed Josh McGill to absolutely fly up ahead, and he's actually moved up away by 2 seconds. Nicely done from him. Owino manages to move up into second place. A little Flynn there actually losing out there. I think that was due to letting Paul Jones into the pits, trying to let him pass there. Nice job up into 4th there. Jennings is still 3 seconds back now. So let's have a wee look further back. We've got Tiny, Chuck, Tiny and Lee still battling out for that 7th position. Of course, it's just turned into that 7th position, and Lee's into the wall. Lee is into the wall. That's it. Safety car. Safety car. That's it. We're down to 14 now. Coming out of turn, what was that? Turn 5. He just gets that little bit too much, and he actually. That's it. He's out of this race. So another safety car here on lap 16. And how many of them are we going to see coming into the pits? Of course, Paul Jones is going to be absolutely spewing right now, not being able to just stay out one more lap, of course. Josh McGill actually dominating here and not being into the pits just yet, sitting with a little fun. We know into the pits, we'll see who else is going to be coming into the pits. It's just going to be a chain reaction, I think. Now, we've got Mark. Is that you, Aki? Please let me know, because I forget. But we're basically seeing a chain reaction here of people coming into the pits. Paul Jones actually stays out. Of course, he did just pit. So is he going to make up a few places here? If he can, yep, he's going for it here, and it looks like he's going to manage to get up into 6th. But of course, he's lost out 3 positions there due to all that. Yeah. So. Okay, in the comments there, welcome along, okay, glad to have you along. But yeah, he was just a couple of corners too early there, so his one was at turn 6/7, was it? So that Lee's was at turn 5 a bit, unfortunately. But yeah, unfortunate. We've seen 2 DNFs and 1 retiree. So it's a bit unfortunate there. Welcome along everyone who has just joined us here. We're here in Australia, lap 17. We've got a safety car. Lee just crashed out there, unfortunately, going around at turn 5, just going that a little bit too quickly, and unfortunately ended up in the barrier, just putting that a little bit too much into it, and that is what happens. I would say a bit like George Russell. Okay, question, right? Since you could, understand this. Russell and Alonso's crash. Well, Alonso didn't crash. Russell did yesterday. I mean, what would you say at fault? I'm just curious to know your answer, because I'm a bit middle of the fence. I would say it's a bit 50-50 blame, I would say. I mean, he should have been prepared for something like that, but at the end of the day, Alonso's just up to his wily old fox self again, trying to outwit his fellow drivers, I would say, because we do know he is ultra competitive, and yeah, so it's a bit 50-50 for me, you know. But hey ho, everybody's got their different opinions and such. Me, I'm just happy that Verstappen didn't make it in that race. So that was absolutely brilliant, because no offence to all the Dutch out there, but it was pissing me off. Just hearing that Dutch anthem every single time we watched F1. Like I said again, no offence to Dutch people, but you know. But yeah, so anyone in the chat, please let me know what your opinions are on the Russell-Alonso incident on the final lap just yesterday. It would be much appreciated. But now, safety car in this lap, and having a look at tyres, we're seeing quite a lot of soft runners here. Josh McGill actually on the hards, same with Paul Jones. So they two are on the hard compound tyres after starting on the mediums. So they two are going to need to make sure their tyres are roasty toasty for this restart. And we could see Josh weaving there. But if you're trying to just do a little bit of hold on the brakes, that'll help you a lot. But now he's already went, going out to turn 12. And he's caught everybody unawares, I would say. Having 3 or 4 corners left to go. And he's already went. Nicely done there from him managing to catch. Of quite a few people off guard. Right? And okay, I'll read your comment in just a moment, but after once we get this proper restart underway, is Paul Jones going to be able to catch back up and get back up into the podium places? It looks like Ginge is going to be quite a way bit far back, so he's not going to be able to possibly get that DRS effectiveness that he's needing. Of course, being on them hard tyres as well is obviously going to be a detriment to him. It's not going to be really nice being on them hard tyres against all these soft runners and medium runners that are running, well, soft behind him and a few mediums just up ahead. Josh McGill will keep an eye on how he's going to be able to do on them hard compound tyres, as Lino is sitting pretty right behind him on them soft tyres. But the thing is them soft tyres going to be the way to go. I think Nice Job Mate has got quite a nice one going on right now, as he is sitting at P3 and he's on them medium compound tyres, which are going to last him until the end of the Grand Prix, definitely. So I've only got 10 laps to go. The softs might start wearing off a couple of laps before the end, and that's going to end up becoming medium territory then. The hards, of course, I don't think there's going to be enough time for them to come into a land of their own. It's not a lot of time left. Not many laps left in this Grand Prix. We've only got 9 laps remaining now. So we're going to have to see how, well, 9 and a bit laps to go. So we're going to have to see how things are going to be pairing out in the coming few moments, how these tyres are going to hold up. Of course, in the top 3 we've got hard, soft and a medium. Then just after that we've got a soft, medium and hard. That's the top 6. 2 are on soft, 2 are on medium, 2 are on hard. That's a hard sandwich there. And we've got, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the softs there, and 7th to 10th. And then GZ, Pippo Kennedy and seen Nice Job Mate actually managing to get an overtake there on Ginge. Oh no, I think he was going for a lot of win there but had to back off. And is GZ going to be going for a move on Pippo Kennedy? Could see it here, he's using that DRS. Pippo Kennedy's not got any defence here, but he backs out of it. I think he could have went for it there, but of course every time you do go for a move you've got to make sure you get it right, especially in this DRS sort of racing style, because then you could end up falling out of that DRS zone, and when you do, that could be it. It's as they say here in Scotland, games up the bowling. But yeah, so it could actually really hinder you, seeing with what's happening with Ginge right now, as he's falling out of that DRS window of Nice Job Mate just ahead. Oh yeah, and I realised what it was Nice Job Mate and a lot of fun swapping places, so a lot of fun managing to go up into 3rd place, and now he's going to be chasing down them 3 that are in front. Nice Job still sitting in 4th, 3-6 time penalty for Danny. When we look further back, Paul Jones is still battling out with Ginge there for that P5. Going a wee bit further back, we've got Winnieman and Chuck. Oh, Chuck's going to have that DRS. Is he going to be able to use it? He's going to slip up the left-hand side of that Aston Martin. You see Tiny there, his other Red Bull, having a wee look there, and they're going to be just behind there as Bugatti Sloven. What's going to happen with the Winnieman? Is he going to be overtaken by Tiny? Tiny's using that DRS. What about Bugatti Sloven? Is he going to have a wee look, or is he just too far back? He wasn't too far back, he just couldn't manage to find the space there. And looking how close he was, he looked like he could have went for a move, but he was just not got the space there. But now Winnieman down 2 places. The Red Bulls are up 1 to 7th and 8th. Nicely done from them, managing to get a great overtake there on their Aston Martin fellow driver. Could we see Bugatti Sloven going for it? Here we've got Pippo Kennedy just behind this 7 tenths, and then 6 tenths behind that is Sticky Panda. Is he going to go for a move? You could see that light flashing away on the back of that Aston Martin. You could see that he is low on battery, and looking at his own battery, he could see that he has got plenty to attack with and plenty to play with. So we could see an overtake here happening quite soon, as Linneman's just fell out that DRS window. So now he is going to be vulnerable with having that battery issue right now. That is not going to be helpful for him, sitting off board now. Oh, looking further up, we've got Little Flint and Alino. Here it is, we're going to go back to the battle of the lead. And Little Flint is going for a move. Just there, it looked like he was going for it, but no. Is he going to go for it up the inside? No, he has a little peak. But who were we with there? Bugatti Sloven there. I do apologise, folks. We did miss that move there from Bugatti Sloven, and he's actually managing to pull right away Pippo Kennedy right there at the back of Looneyman. Of course, his strategy not really playing out the best, and it's kind of left him a little bit out of sorts here. Sticky Panda, is he going to get a move? Nope. Looneyman, Pippo Kennedy, they're just had a wee bit too much straight line speed. Going for a up to, nice job, mate. Going right close to the back of that Ferrari there. Going into turn one, it looked like he could have made a move there, but decided better against it. Doesn't want to lose too much time to Lino and Josh McGill sitting out in front. Of course, when you do that, it's going to end up buggering Danny off the track there. He actually got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so he must have went a little bit off track there, and that's resulted in a penalty for him. Having a wee look at penalties right now, we've got Tiny, who's got 3-second time penalties, so that could end up launching him down into possibly even 12th position, depending on how things are going to go. We've got Jay-Z and Danny also got penalties in 13th and 14th, and they're going to be 3 and 6 seconds for Danny. Just there we've seen Looneyman being overtaken by Pippo Kennedy there. Pippo Kennedy up in 10th now. Sticky Panda and Looneyman battling out there. Looneyman's on the inside, Sticky Panda on the outside. We're going around turn 12 here. And, he just manages to squeeze past there. But is Looneyman going to have a go up the outside and the inside? No, he doesn't. So Pippo Kennedy up to 10th, Sticky Panda up to 11th, Looneyman down to 12th now. He was sitting in 7th just a few laps ago, and now he's lost all that time. How do you look further back? Danny all out of sorts there. It's a bit unfortunate for him. Going further back up now. We've got the two Red Bulls. They're most likely going to be working together, as Tiny can't really get much. He's just going to have to keep it clean. Of course, he could actually manage to get 10th place here, depending on how things go. Maybe even 9th. He may only just lose 1 place, depending on if these Red Bulls can up the speed here, as Ginge and Paul Jones has actually got a bit of time to catch up. We've got Flynn, and nice job, mate, going side by side there, going around turn 9, and the little Flynn ends up coming off on top with that ballsy move there. And is that Lino having a wee look at Josh McGill? But he was, but Josh McGill with that excellent defending, and he's not giving him a lick of a chance. Of course, Lino has barely used that battery at all. He's sitting at 100%, which is quite unusual, we would say, in league racing. Usually people end up like, well, Paul Jones there, quite a low battery. Same with a few others there in the midfield, all with quite low batteries. But I will say, these front four anyway, actually doing smashing with their energy store their ERS management, and keeping that energy store up full, or at least near full. So nicely done from them. Now we've got 4 laps remaining. Josh McGill still leading a commanding lead right now. He's barely been off the top step, or if he's been off it at all, I don't think. Lino sitting in 2nd, then we've got Will Flynn there in 3rd. Nice job, mate, in 4th, and that's the leading pack right now. We've got Tiny going up the outside, the Ginge, and it's 3-way fight there. Paul Jones was on the inside there of Ginge, and Tiny's and Ginge are going to be side by side there coming out, and Tiny was just getting a little bit ballsy there, looking for that move, and he's getting a little bit desperate. Of course, every time they battle, they're going to be losing time, and that's going to end up coming against Tiny in the end. And with him having that 3-second time penalty, looking at this here, we'll have a wee look at this. It's going to be 3.8 seconds, so it's going to be 6.8. He's going to end up going behind Bugatti Sloven, maybe even Pippo Kennedy, depending on what happens with him. It could all come down to that in the end for him. Just need to wait and see. But looking on board with Tiny, you can see Ginge and Paul Jones battling it out once again. Ginge coming out on top and moving up into 5th place, and now Tiny and Paul Jones are battling out. It looked like there was contact there. Paul Jones looked like he kind of gave him a little tap going around turn 3, and actually sends him off track, and he loses it out to his teammate there and moves down into 8th position there. Chuck up into 7th position now, and all that battling has actually caused that gap to open, to close up even more. And having a look now, that could end up sending him back from 5.5 to 8.5, possibly even into 11th place now, depending on how things are going to go in these closing laps. JZ and the Looney Man battling out there. JZ managing to get past and move up into 12th place. While we look further up, and it looks like Paul Jones still right on the back there of that Alpha Tauris there in 5th. This is going to be the battle of the Alphas. Who is going to be the top Alpha here? It's a battle between Ginge and Paul Jones. Paul Jones is going to have that DRS. What is going to happen? Ginge isn't going to have much to play with. Tiny out of the race. He's retired. That's unfortunate from Tiny, but Paul Jones goes off the track and ends up losing the place to Ginge, unfortunately. Ends up having to give the place back, and it looked like Chuck was going to have a wee look on a move there, but decided better against it. These top 4 are still sitting quite sweetly right next to each other, and it looks like there could be a way to run out of time soon. Olino still sitting on that battery nicely there. Of course, he's going to have to be careful that he's, like I said, not going to run out of time. He's not going to have a lot. Nice job, mate, going to the right hand side. He's used a bit of that battery, and now he's going to have the outside line going into turn number 9, inside for turn number 10. Nicely done there, and he moves up into 3rd place. But is he going to manage to stay within that DRS window? I think he is, with having that DRS himself. So nicely done there. He's only 7/10 behind. Now going down to the 6/10 there from the car in front, which is a Lino in that Haas. Moving further down, Paul Jones, is he going to... He's actually been overtaken by Chuck. What is going to happen here? Is Paul Jones going to be able to come up and possibly reclaim that and even get up into his highest position that you could possibly get right now? I would say it'd be 5th, but there's Bugatti Sloven there right at the back of him, and behind that is Pippo Kennedy, who at the start of this Grand Prix actually done really, really well and got up into, I think it was 4th place. Nice job, mates off. Nice job, mates off. What happened? What happened? Oh my god. That is absolutely gutting for him. That may have been contact from him and Alino, maybe. Bugatti Sloven 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Alino. Yep, it was contact with Alino. It was contact with Alino that ended up causing that. Oh, that's unfortunate. So it's a lot of Flynn's actually dropped out of that DRS zone now. Out that DRS window, so that's a bit unfortunate. Chuck and Ginge, this is going to be a battle for the podium now with everything that's happened. Paul Jones is still looking at a podium here. He's sitting quite nicely there at the back of these 3, battling out for 5th. Of course, you've got Pippo Kennedy there as well, let's not forget him. But Bugatti Sloven and Sticky Panda are just that little bit out of the DRS window right now, just by about 2.2 of a second. So they need to just catch up that little bit more. Of course, it's going to be quite tough. It's not going to really make a difference if they catch up or not, as they have all got penalties of 3 seconds. So no matter what happens, really, they two are going to be all right together, depending on the gap that JZ manages to hold. But the battle is on for this 3rd place here. We're on the final lap. It looks like Paul Jones is actually going for it. Oh, he was trying to go around the outside of turn number 4 there, but it was no dice there. Oh, no, we'll look now. Are we going to see Alino's left the session? That's a bit unfortunate for him, happening just at the very last stages. Now, are we going to see Ginge manage to keep on that podium, or are we going to see something else, something spectacular happen? Sticky Panda and Bugatti Sloven swapping places. Pippo Kennedy has got a 3-second time penalty also, so is Bugatti Sloven getting another 3-second time penalty. That puts it up to 6 seconds, and now it doesn't look like he's going to be able to go for it. It's a bit unfortunate there from that Alfa Romeo. It looked like Ginge is going to be the one that comes out on top between them, but right now, going up to the front, we've got Josh McGill, who's led every single lap, if I remember right, in that Alpine, crosses the line, gets that win. Little Flynn in the Ferrari in 2nd place. Ginge is going to be 3rd And then in fourth, close between each other's Chuck and Paul Jones. Just over a tenth there. Now it's Pippo Kennedy and Sticky Panda down Bugatti Sloven. Winnie Man, no, he's not going to be able to get the jump. He was only half a second off. That is a bit unfortunate, but he managed to move up on GZ. Nicely done there. And I didn't manage to catch who was the last one out there. There we go, Josh McGill, Elaine, Little Flynn and Ginge there up on the podium there. Nicely done from the three of them. So we've got we've got Josh McGill getting that first position there. Nicely done from him. He'll walk away with all the points except from fastest lap, which goes to Bugatti. Little Flynn finished in second place, started in second, so the top two never moved. Ginge and Chuck were the next, moving up from 9th and 10th. Nicely done from them. Paul Jones was in 5th, Pippo Kennedy 6th, 7th was Sticky Panda, Bugatti Sloven was 8th, Winnie Man in 9th, JZ in 10th, and Danny was 11th. Alino and Nice Job Mate didn't finish, but they will still be classified as they finished up a couple of laps before the end, so they will finish in 12th and 13th. The drivers who did not finish, Tiny, unfortunately, near the end, a few laps to the end, so that's a bit unfortunate. Lee and Chuckle both crashed out, and Royal Rumble did retire in the pit lane, so it's a bit unfortunate there for them lot. Having a wee look now, so we'll see. Having a wee look to see what the calendar is going to be. So we're in France next week at the Paul Ricard circuit. So that is going to be quite an interesting one. That will be back with me also next week on Monday. So punch it into your calendars and make sure you listen out for that notification icon that will come up if you have already subscribed and got that notification bell on. Looking at Thursdays though, we're going to be in the heart of Belgium at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, so that'll be an absolutely smashing one. That'll be at Thursday at 8 o'clock UK time. Set your alarms, be there. Looking forward to seeing you. So that's it, sign out. Till next time, peace out.